And basically today we're going to talk about farming.
Farming.
In your own neighborhood, in your own home. And part of that is number one, gases. You can't even leave your house. You can't even afford to go to work right now.
You got to
So
pick and
that's
choose.
economical. You got to decide whether you're going to have milk because formula is not available,
Right.
or if you're going to drive somewhere. I mean, you can't have gas and food right now.
It's difficult.
It's really a difficult time. And then, of course, we know every single year our food becomes more and more polluted with GMOs.
Well, GMOs, and they don't till the soil that they used to. So without tilling the soil, you don't get the minerals. If you don't have the minerals in the soil,
So
you
you're
don't get the
eating
minerals.
empty.
You're eating
It's
empty.
horrible.
And then so we wonder why we have more cancer and
Exactly.
health problems because
Right.
our food doesn't have any
There's
nutritional
no
value.
nutritional value. There's no education on how to do it yourself. I
Right.
mean, we're at such a deficit right now that we're going to try to do our little part. Okay. So with Houston alone, we're going to talk a little bit about food deserts. And
What is a food
the
desert?
description of a food desert is it's defined as a low-income neighborhood that lacks access to fresh and healthy foods. Now, that could be urban. Then there's something called LILA, which is low income, low access. Because if you're low income, there's a very good chance you may not have transportation. You may not be able to drive outside of 15, I think it's like 15 miles outside of your community to get fresh food or healthy food. But there's also rural food deserts.
Okay.
And so people who live too far away from a market and they really don't have the income to access the healthy foods that they need, they also run the risk of being very unhealthy. So basically, the statistics of people who do live in food deserts,
Right.
their health suffers because
Well, yeah,
of
because
that.
you eat what you
eat
what
right.
you can eat,
And it tells
and so
you.
some of that's going to be fast food. It's going to be
Exactly.
fried foods. It's going to be
It's
what
going to be
is
what you can
available.
get at the dollar store.
And what you,
you know?
exactly, it's going to be those noodles that have no
Yeah.
nutritional value.
And I used to love those ramen
I did
noodles.
too, though.
I thought but I did my part. I would put lots of vegetables in there.
I did my part. I didn't use the seasoning.
Right. You make your own seasoning.
Yeah, I'd use vegetable, but
There
still,
you
at
go.
the end of the day,
Yeah.
it's still no
It's
nutrition.
horrible.
And a lot of times, our body is so deficient when it
Yeah.
comes to nutrition. So if we're having teeth problems, eyes
Yes.
problems, it's like we're not getting our A's, our C's,
Right. And mental.
and mental.
It is scientifically proven that if you don't get the right nutrients, especially children, that's where a lot of kids end up with, I don't know if it's ADD, but like behavioral problems.
And that's where
because they're
adults
not-
have diabetes.
Thank you.
And so, they say the diabetes, what do they call it too, is Alzheimer's, because you also get the
Wow.
plaquing. So that's
Wow.
another form. So it's like that just moves
So,
on.
yeah.
Yeah. And
It's
so
like a snowball effect
exactly.
of unhealthiness.